in your room there in front of the radio, right?
That's right.
And you're standing at attention?
Yes, with a flag, too.
Very good. Now, would you please look directly at the voice coil of your radio?
Right.
Right. All right. Now, I do this now symbolically for all listeners everywhere. Personally, I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Same to you, Mr. Shepard.
Thank you very much, Mr. Listener, and you're a splendid person.
Thanks, Bart.
Thank you. Now, wasn't that a nice little ceremony? I've already done the break. You just haven't heard it. You want me to do it again? Oh, I don't care. This is WR New York. I'll do another one. WR New York. WOR New York. Oh, W-O-Ho-Ho-R. W-Ho-Ho-Ho-R. The big old Santa Claus on 710. Yo-ho-ho. And a ring-a-ding-ding. Ho-ho-ho-ho. With a bag of goodies. Ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho. We are W-O-H-O-R. New Fun City, New York. Hey, did you get that, baby? Okay. Bitty good. Now, we have one more commercial. Well, we have two more, so one more. One more commercial. Do you have the little Shoetown niggling? Hit it, Edward.
Now, the continuing adventures of
this is
Shoetown's
exciting.
own Super Shoes.
Super Shoe.
Return to the exciting case of the gang that stole Santa.
There he is, Super Shoe, right down there.
Great Scott, Super Shoe.
I told you Super Shoe would find me. Hey, come back here, you coward.
Come on, boss, run. Hey, what's Super Shoe doing?
Good shot, Super Shoe. What was in those boxes?
Over 25,000 pair of first-quality, famous brand shoes from the best-known manufacturers in America and abroad. And all of them
He's
are priced
entirely out of
way below
character.
the prices you used to pay for the exact same shoes.
Well, that's saying something.
You tell him, Santa.
Thank you, Santa. That was just so exciting. We are very, very grateful that you did that little drama for us. Man, right now, shoe towns in New York and New Jersey, except Ocean and Mercer counties, have famous stretch totes for just $3.49. Stretch totes. And they're slightly irregular, but the imperfections are so small that you will never find them. They're only $3.49. They regularly sell for 6 bananas. Shoetown, the division of Fellsway Corporation. It's very good. Gee, I feel cleansed now, having said Merry Christmas to the symbolic listener out there. And he accepted it well. Did you hear him, man? Stood right up there, pulled in his gut, walked right up to the field coil. Looked right in there. Voice coil, excuse me. Oh, deck the halls with swans. Now, Ed, we have something very special to do here tonight. This is part of our vast Christmas public service programming, and it is this, a last-minute shopping hint. It's getting right down to the wire, last-minute shopping hints, and for those of you out there, you know, for a long time now, for at least 2 or 3 weeks, our shopping hints have been for people of moderate means who walk through life, scrubbing and scrabbling for a buck here and there, and barely making it work. But then there's the other people. Very rarely are Christmas hints given for those who are on the other end of the scale, and they have a tough time buying Christmas time. I'm speaking of the very wealthy, the affluent, the truly affluent among us. I'm sure that some of you are in that category. And they have a difficult time because all of their friends are, of course, in the same boat. They have plenty of cabbage. And it's not easy to find something for a friend who has everything, plus, again, everything. So tonight, as part of our vast public service programming, we bring you 2 helpful hints, last-minute shopping suggestions for the truly affluent. Ed, would you please give me a little Mozart to accompany this, please? Mozart somehow fits Christmas so well. And this particular recording of Mozart, which I usually play at holiday time for my own enjoyment, my own edification, is a recording of my Aunt Clara, a magnificent slide whistle player. From the time she was a small child, my Aunt Clara used to sit in front of the radio and play along with the New York Philharmonic, the Chicago Symphony, and anything else you could find on the radio, including the Hoosier Hotshots. And she got particularly good at Mozart in the later days of her career. This was recorded by my Uncle Charles on a number 12D Sears Roebuck tape recorder. That's the one with the push-button carbon mic. Listen to that. God, she's good on that arpeggio there. And now, here's a handy hint for the truly affluent. This, I suspect, might answer the question that many of you have been asking, what shall I give her? Number 12A in the catalog, this natural ranch-raised crown Russian sable in the fabulous 33-inch tape model is quite possibly the finest natural sable in existence anywhere in the world. Certainly the finest we have seen in our 83 years in trade. From our 1972 natural sable collection, which we genuinely believe is the largest in the world, this magnificent cape sells for a mere $42,000. As to have it flown to you at office or home for your personal inspection, just call the Neiman Marcus store nearest you. $42,000, of course, does not include the sales tax. However, Neiman Marcus does give green stamps with all of its purchases. And now for that little soup song, the undoubtedly most original gift of the year for those of your friends who not only have everything, but are damn well nearly totally in love with themselves. The most personal present possible. You. Give your friends you this year. A marvelous gift. Full-dimensional, life-size, reasonable sculptured facsimiles of you or your favorite other person with their permission. Our constantly affable sculptured companions are programmed to laugh as long as you like at your jokes or say yes in any language you choose at the touch of a remote control button. You might let them take your place at long meetings or dull parties, or simply to keep your spouse company in your absence. If a light portable replica should begin to sound less enthusiastic, plug in the accompanying cord to give it a real charge and re-record your wonderful little bon mots, the little jokes that you like to tell around the fireside. Please specify whether you'd like a seated or a standing you. For full details, call the following number. The price, exclusive of fashion, shown in the models in the picture. And, incidentally, the sculptor's airfare to the place where the sculpture will be done is a flat $3,000, including extra taste. Hold it there, Ed. That was very good. And by the way, we have a note. This Reggie Duncan says Merry Christmas to all the listeners. Little kid called in, says Reggie Duncan says Merry Christmas. Alfie, too. Also David Sola. And a couple of other guys out there. Well, it's Christmas time. What the hell? You know, I kind of like the idea, though, of I think, since we're living in the age now, you agree, don't you, Ed, that we're living in the days of the total ego? Wouldn't you admit that most people's most profound love affair is with themselves in this year? I think that's a fact. I mean, I'm making no value judgment. I'm merely pointing it out for future generations, for posterity when they hear this tape. This is the way it is now. May not be the way it is in the year 2300, but now, this year, it is a fact. And I can't imagine a more genuine expression of your total ego than to give a life-size model of yourself to one of your friends. There it is. I'm not kidding. It's a life-size model of you. Can you imagine that? It's really grotesque. And they're really serious. See it, Ed? Can you see it there? That's a family group, apparently. And underneath the picture of it, it's just an elegant group of these artificial people, all sitting around a fireplace, and two women and two men, and they're looking very elegant. They're all dressed to the nines. Yeah, well, it's kind of nice. You like the fashions they're dressed in? They're dressed in true Neiman Marcus style. All of them are, and you can get yourself dressed the following way. His outfit, of course, you can dress him any way you want. You know, you can put him, put one of your old suits on it, I suppose, or one of your old crummy-looking shirts. And that would be the real you, of course. But if you want to present your best foot, forward, his outfit, cotton velvet checked, jacket in green or black, plaid slacks, green or red tartan. His vest reverses from velvet to tartan, the sizes 38 to 46 regular, 40 to 46 long. That comes at $150 extra, of course, from the men's store. Her outfit by Gregory. Chiffon polyester blouse, white or pink, size 8 to 16. Nylon and acetate crepe finish pants in wine or black, $33. Accessories not included in the price. $3,000. That means belts, little incidentals like jockey shorts and all that sort of thing. Now, the thing I like about it, of course, is it has a tape in it that plays comments that you yourself have made, your own voice. And it's $3,000. And I'm not kidding you. You can order this through the 1972 Neiman Marcus catalog. And they'll fly a sculptor right to your house, of course, if you pay the airfare. Here it is. This is going into my vast file of trivia. And I hope this has helped some of you out there in your suggestions. You know, the various suggestions that you may need. Helped you over your Christmas hunt. I don't know whether you can get this thing sculpted up in time for Sunday night. You know, maybe a quick job. You know, maybe have yourself cast in bronze. But I kind of like the egotistical quality of that. It's kind of great. I personally, I have good feelings. But I think any species that has such a high degree of respect for itself, if not downright adulation, cannot help but persist. It will continue, just out of sheer cussedness. It will continue. In fact, you can't imagine a hippopotamus falling in love with his own image. And finally, one day, the hippopotamus is found down on the riverbank. They're working over a big mound of mud, and another hippopotamus standing off to one side in the reeds says, "What's the Clarence doing?" And he's talking to a thinner sort of hippopotamus, a worried-looking one. He says, "What's Clarence doing over there?"
You know what I'm saying? He's working on it. Making a statue.
Making a statue? A statue?
Yeah. He's making a statue of a hippopotamus.
Well, it was the first hippopotamus that became conscious of the of hippopotamusness. Oh, well, you know, it's a kind of it would be a turning point in the hippopotamus world. It would. And I suspect that was the turning point in man's world. That man at one time, was just down there with the rest of the animals. It's hard to believe, but there was a time when he used to, scrabble around with the weasels and the mice and the giraffes and all the rest of them, for a square meal. He was no better or no worse than the rest. Sometimes he won, sometimes he lost. And like all the other animals in the animal world, he, from time to time, provided a fair meal for another animal. He, in turn, man, would eat, just give and take. You know how it is in nature. The strong always devour the weak, and man was not particularly strong, so he was quite often devoured. So he had to survive and become the first guy to step on the moon and the first guy to invent polyester stretch pants. He had to get crafty, which is what he did. And all the while, though, he was not aware of being man. The word man. In fact, it's hard to conceive of the fact, but it is quite true, that a squirrel does not know he is a squirrel. He has not even the word like that, squirrel, in his vocabulary. Only man. Well, Jerry Cochran wishes us a Merry Christmas. Kirk McAlhern, too. Stephen, Reggie's brother, Duncan, says, Merry, Merry Christmas. Also, Billy Murphy. And Conway Tweedy says, Merry Christmas to his pals, Chester and Thurber, and to all kids everywhere. By the way, they say kids have a natural affinity for guinea pigs. Do you agree with that, Nick? Vice versa, natural affinity. And Conway Tweedy passes along Merry Christmas to his pals Chester and Thurber, who are two guinea pigs. So Thurber's a bit bow-legged, but outside that's not a bad guinea pig. And to all kids, wherever they might be. And that's kind of great. I like that. Anybody else out there want to wish Merry Christmas to the world in general? We're ready. Anybody else got a guinea pig that would like to say Merry Christmas? Hey, has anybody got a guinea pig out there? Right there, right by the phone. Get your guinea pig to the phone, and we would like to hear your guinea pig squeal his Merry Christmas. Lee does a great guinea pig imitation. Would you give us a... Listen to Lee's guinea pig. Watch this. Come on, wait a minute. Okay. Do that again, please. Very good. Hey, what's the other sound that guinea pigs make? Oh, all right. It's kind of a nutty show here tonight, if you don't mind. No, this isn't... this is not exactly the Eric Severide show, but we may be getting closer to the truth than Severide ever does. Uh-oh, we're just getting another message. Please, Lee, what is it, another message coming in? Great. Well, this whole idea of presenting your friends with yourself.